welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduced newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And as you saw from the thumbnail, I mean, you guys already saw it, but as you can see from my outfit today, the latest, freshest, the first N in its category, that is the IONIQ 6N. You might say there has been the IONIQ 5N, but as we know, this is the first EV sedan N that we've never gotten, and there's only a handful of cars that can compete against this IONIQ 6N. So stay tuned until the end and find out all about what this IONIQ 6N has got to offer, and let's go unveil this car. The IONIQ 6N finally has been revealed, and first thing that catches my eye the most is definitely the exterior, but there is the color. For the first time ever, IONIQ 6N actually gets the performance blue pearl. So if you think the color was somewhat different from the ones that we've been seeing, such as the regular performance blue as well as performance blue matte that IONIQ 5's got, you are not mistaken. And the grille, there is no active air flap. So it pretty much is open 24/7 like it was with the IONIQ 5N. But what I really liked about the 5N was the design over here with the 5N, it actually had the opening. So it was utilizing that portion to suck in the extra air necessary for the car to cool down and etc. But that's not here with the 6N. However, it's open 24/7. Just like that. So that right there is the cubic parametric pixel lights. And as you can see, there is the sequential matrix turn signal just like so. It's all cubes everywhere, or pixels I should say, like the IONIQ brand pursues. Pixel over here as well, and also more pixels to be found inside the vehicle, pretty much everywhere. For the detailed interior and exterior look of the car, I will have it on the channel. By the time you watch this video, there will be a video of a thorough walk around of the IONIQ 6N inside out, so make sure you check that video out. I want to give you numbers and explanations of the new text and features on this IONIQ 6N in this video. This IONIQ 6N actually is 60 millimeters wide on both front and rear, with 30 millimeters wider on each side, adding those two up, making it 60 millimeters altogether. And the kicker here is that it's not just the wheels and tires sitting further away from the chassis, but for the first time ever from Hyundai Motor Group, they actually made a dedicated chassis for the IONIQ 6N only, allowing the car to be over-fendered from the get-go. I'm sorry, IONIQ 5N owners and fans out there, have to break it to you. It was actually just the wheels and tires sitting further away from the regular IONIQ 5 chassis and body. However, that's not the case with the 6N. And all the information I'm giving you is official and confirmed by Hyundai, so you can count on it. And the IONIQ 6N is 15 millimeters longer wheelbase compared to the regular, making it 2,965 millimeters total. And most importantly, the car comes with 84 kilowatt battery, and that allows 385 kilometers of the AER based on Korean measurement, which is known to be harsher than the WLTP standards. So I can assure you the number will easily surpass 400 kilometers when converted and tested under WLTP. You have my word, and I assure you that number is going to be much higher than that. And in real world, if you are a good EV driver, the IONIQ 6N will give you better numbers than that for sure, thanks to its pebble-shaped design, which was the design of the IONIQ 6 and where IONIQ 6 was inspired from. You can pretty much see that on the profile and also rear quarter glass and view of the car. By the way, don't you love the cars on the background? I am actually at Hyundai N Archive, and this place will open officially in September of 2025, but I actually already have a walk around tour of this place. I will include it on the card above, feel free to check it out. And let me wrap up with the numbers. The IONIQ 6N weighs 2,170 kilograms, which is lighter than 30 kilograms compared to the IONIQ 5N. And let's get inside the IONIQ 6N. Right off the bat, we can see that there is the N light bucket seat, and this time it also illuminates like the Veloster N and Elantra Ns did. it did not light up for the IONIQ 5. And a huge upgrade and big shout out, just gotta check the rear of the seat. And yeah, they did not forget about the N logo on the back either. So you can brag about your car being an N to the passengers in the second row seat as well. This N-Light bucket seat, I am 99.9% sure the car is also coming with the ventilated N-Light bucket seats, which was introduced on IONIQ 5. And first, from the cushions, I can actually feel that it is. So N-Light bucket seat, as well as all the N checker patterns, this extended side skirts because it's wide bodied. Speaking of which, let me also check this. And yes, this is what I'm talking about, everybody. So we don't see the tires exposed because it was just a piece of plastic that extended the IONIQ 5N. However, like I have said, it comes stamped like this from the factory from the get-go, allowing the car to be physically wide-bodied and over-fendered just like so. So it's not the spacer setup, if you will. It is wider from the original birth factory. Unlike the IONIQ 5N, I don't see any exposed tires. So this is all covered up. This, my personal preference is that I actually prefer the IONIQ 5Ns because it was just badass, to be honest. You can see the dirt, the tires all stuck on your tire after a good run. Well, anyhow, let's get inside. Well, this door portion, it's pretty much identical to the regular IONIQ 6, if you will. So nothing out of the ordinary. The 6-way seat adjustments, you can control it up and down using this, tilt the front and back using that, and the rail for you to slide the seat back and forth. Come inside. So this is the winglet design, and right there is where the digital side mirror used to be for the regular 6. And just like with the IONIQ 5, and we only see the conventional side mirrors on the side. But I like the fin right there because that is also contributed to better aerodynamics and the lowest CD possible and achieved on the regular IONIQ 6. Bose premium sound system, all blacked out to go along with the design, overall design of the car, just like so. Ambient lighting all across, as well as the center console. It is the good old IONIQ 6, also the facelift that we've seen at Seoul Mobility Show. I have a full walk around of that car on the channel, so please feel free to check it out. Wireless charging pad, as well as, yep, I told you right there, ventilated seats. Push it up for the heated seats, push it down for the ventilated seats, like so. And press hold to turn it off at once, just like that. Heated steering wheel, parking assist, and parking view cam. Surround parking view cam. Oh, look at that. It's N's everywhere here because we are at the N archive, excuse me. So we can have all that, and the windows, it takes some time for you to get used to. Trust me, you will reach over to here to roll your windows down and up, but you get used to it. All the IONIQ 6 owners tell me. 2 cup holders and the center arm console, just like that. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's not with the Alcantara steering wheel or N performance parts, but the news that we've all been waiting for, and you guys have been waiting for, I know, there is the performance parts for the IONIQ 6N, and for the first time ever, it will be available globally. Yes, you heard me right. If you get IONIQ 6N where you are, the parts will be ready together at the same time. But I don't think you'll be able to order it separately. Probably you can only get it if you order your 6N to be the N Performance Parts 6N. So keep that in mind. So we're getting there one by one. You can now get the N Performance Parts for the 6N. And it will be revealed at Goodwood Festival speed. By the time you're watching this video, it probably is already up. I think it's going to look awesome. I will definitely check it out in person and deliver you up close look of it. And I don't have much time with the car, unfortunately. So make sure you check out my ASMR walk around video for details of everything inside this car. So infotainment system right there. It shares a lot of similarities with the IONIQ 5Ns. However, there are upgraded and different settings inside this infotainment system. If you are used to the 5N, you probably already know and see that this is all different. So just so you know, NAS Plus stands for N Active Sound Plus. There is the ignition, and it mimics the multi-cylinder. And you heard me right, 5N, it was originally just the regular 2.0 N ICE engine that they mimicked. But this time, Hyundai uses the term multi-cylinder because depending on the situation and where and how you are using the car, it's going to have sounds of multiple ICE engines that we are used to. For instance, if you are flooring and if you are having the launch control, it's going to sound different. If you have the rev limiter kicking in, it's going to sound different. So that's what it is. One more is the evolution. All this sound, you can find it on my IONIQ 5N video. And last but not least is the light speed. Look at the name that they are coming up with. So it probably is those sounds that we heard on the commercials and sound that we've never heard of before. So I will find out all about these on my test drive. Definitely, I'm gonna have so much fun and they are coming up. So be sure to come back to my channel for that. Enough of that. Let me jump into the driver's seat and see what I can play with. Ooh, and the moment I step outside, I can actually feel the difference of the side skirts. It's actually sitting much further out, but it is slanted, so you're not going to scrape too much. You're not going to have much difficulty getting in and out, but I highly recommend that you actually PPF the side skirts. Same with the rear portion as well. Speaking of which, let me just give it a try. Second row. Okay. Not bad at all. If you've seen my IONIQ 6 first review, despite the car with the streamliner design and also, well, you could probably say that it has much fast dropping quarter glass on the rear, hence no headroom. But if you compare this car to its similar categories and competitors, you will be surprised to find how roomy it is. Just look at that. And this is actually possible thanks to the design on the outside and no problem with the side skirts whatsoever. So this is what and where the trick lies. It's fooling our eyes, making it look like the car actually starts dropping from this black portion. However, this is how Hyundai tricked us. That much, all that is translated into the headroom that I got inside, as you saw. I should say it is a legit wing, not a spoiler, because it's not attached right onto the car. It is supported with the mounts right here, and it is suspended from the car, hence it's a wing. This is what my channel is all about. Probably you never got this view from anywhere else. And I can see that the wings are mounted using those 3 points on each side, making it 6 points total left and right. So bracket is holding the bottom portion while the top is actually pressing it down. I don't know if I'm gonna get kicked up. I wanna show you. Yep. Super sturdy, look at that. It doesn't even move. I don't hear any squeaky noise. It is going to last on that straight corners on tracks, no problem. And just this much of the rise at the end of the wing alone is more than enough to serve its purpose. Would have been nice if you were able to actually manually control the different angles of the spoiler of the wing like it was possible with the Elantra and TCR edition, because that was a legit carbon GT spoiler, right? GT wing, I should say, once again. However, it is what it is with the 6N, but we know it's not just about the wings, but the rest of the suspension setup, everything else that we see inside out of the IONIQ 6N got you covered. And this blade at the sides, I have a good feeling a lot of people are going to decorate, wrap it up with the N decal, probably the N Performance, and put an N here. But it's very tiny in terms of the size, but it will get the job done. And these wings and air curtains, as you can see, it's cut open, of course, serving the purpose of reducing the drag and helping with the overall aerodynamics. And what's different with the wheels here to IONIQ 5N is that this portion is no longer the plastic cover. It is part of the forged wheel, as you can see, running on 275/35/20 square setup, meaning it's the same spec and sizes all around the four of these cars. And this, by the way, is 15% lighter compared to the regular IONIQ 6. And lighter the wheel, it's always the better, so long as it provides the same performance, right? We can see there are a lot of cuts on the spokes, something that we only saw on legit aftermarket wheels. And none of the cars here, you see, none of the N related cars have such patterns and shapes on the wheels. And an N logo in the middle together with gigantic 4-pot calipers, rotors, you name it. It also comes with the Pirelli P0, and it also has the PNCS. That's Pirelli noise canceling system. As you can see it with the symbol. So close-up shots like that. I see a little bit of body color on the side skirts, but that is probably to not have any disturbance when you open up the door. You don't really see it from the 90-degree angle like so. Just so you know, it's not the red accents unlike the ICE Ns. It's called luminous orange. And I don't know if you can see it, but it is actually orange, not red. An N right there, an N car indeed. I wonder what this is. Something that we haven't seen before. Maybe you can pop the trunk using that button if you uncover that. The rest remains the same and similar to the regular IONIQ 6, just like so. And you can pop the trunk using the button right here, and there are 6 pixels because it's IONIQ 6. You actually find that a lot with other IONIQs because you'll see 5 pixels with the IONIQ 5 and so forth. And this design I really like a lot because it actually derived from the RN22E, which Hyundai foreshadowed us it to be the 6N. Shut the front door, look at that. Not the first time we actually saw that we saw with the Elantra N first. So extra braces and upgrades on the trunk. And that is the speaker. Speaking of which, there are 3 speakers on the front and the rear. 3 speakers on the rear making the exhaust noise, and 3 speakers on the front making the engine noise, and 2 speakers on the outside delivering that exhaust note. The sound, I actually have seen the test drive videos of this car, the pre-production models, and the sound, the way it handles and performs, it is just unrivaled, unmatched. There's no car like that out in the market yet. Name one car that comes even close to what we get with the IONIQ 6N, of course, counting the money factor in. There is no confirmed price out there yet, but it is going to be similar to the IONIQ 5N for sure, making it the one and only EV high performance track capable car that this IONIQ 6N is. And there is also the ambient lighting inside that will actually associate together with the car, telling you when to shift up when you reach the limit. That is one extra right there. I didn't get to show you the front just yet. You can get it all from here, and comes with the gas lift, of course. There is no frunk, nothing you can utilize in terms of the space. However, I mean, it's an N you signed up for, so you know what you have signed up for. That is the ECS, and there is also upgraded different suspension from that of the IONIQ 5N fitted for the IONIQ 6N only, making the car to be much more driver friendly, if you will, not the race car friendly, by allowing you to play with the IONIQ 6N on a much more diverse range. That is, it's not going to react super quickly. It's not going to be all too crazy about the race car capability. However, still being fast enough, allowing coming out with a brand new drift optimizer setups. All of this I will tell you in the next test drive video. And you see, I actually came to a cafe right away and have been working on the edit, but was not able to finish it on time in terms of the review because I kind of got kicked out. You know, I spent a lot of time going over things, nitty-gritty things, the specs and the numbers that I actually didn't cover. I have a whole list here that I took a note of, and I really had to tell you, which I failed to do today. But Hyundai decided to put this car up for a display on a public display starting tomorrow. So, you know, I'll be there to tell you all these numbers that I have gotten. So I didn't even get to tell you about the drive, how it is different from the IONIQ 5N, as well as the N mode and the N drift optimizer. It comes in 3 different stages, such as initiation. You can set initiation, angle, wheel spin. You can control all this. You can even set different grip levels when you have the launch control. You can do all sorts of N shift and N torque distribution all at the same time. The list just goes on, and you guys know that I need to come up with several more episodes on the IONIQ 6N because it's an N. Make sure you come back for tomorrow's video. I'll see you there. All right, so that's it for today's video, meeting this IONIQ 6N in person, and I can't wait to get behind the steering wheel of this car, and I will put this car on racetracks, gymkhana, drift, you name it. I will find out all of the fun there is this IONIQ 6N has got to offer. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe CarSceneKorea if you did. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, this whole place, I know you guys are hyped about this place as well. It is the N Archive, and I have a whole video of this place as well. Please check it out. I also have an interview with the man behind the N brand, June, so you must check it out if you're watching the video this far. And that is the RN22E that we met years ago. That gave birth to the car behind us, the IONIQ 6N. That's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. There's also the regular 6N line as well as the regular 6N. I have a comparison video of these two as well. Check that out.